On Friday, President Trump sent shockwaves throughout the world markets when he announced that both him and the First Lady were diagnosed with COVID-19. But throughout the day, as news started to come out that President Trump was starting to recover and was in stable condition, the market secured its first positive week in over a month. In this week's video, we're going to go over the news and returns from last week and also cover the stunning news story that came out of New York City.
The S&P 500 broke its losing streak last week as it was up over 1.5%, and now the S&P is up over 3.5% for the year. And as we're shooting this video, it's Monday morning, the S&P 500 is up another percent, continuing its rally. Also last week, the Dow Jones was up almost 2%, now only down 3% year to date. The NASDAQ had another strong week, up 1.5%, up over 23% for the year. And the Russell 2000 was up over 4% last week, as it made up all the gains from the 4% loss a week before, but still down about 7.5% year to date. There were two major news stories that led to the strong week out of the US markets. First was that there's continued optimism now about a coronavirus relief package, because last week the House of Representatives passed a $2.2 trillion bill. Now, we're not sure if that's going to go anywhere, but at least it's progress on that front. Now, the second news story was that there were 660,000 jobs that were added to the U.S. economy in the month of September. Now, that was about 200,000 short of estimates, but the good news is that the unemployment rate is lower than what was expected at 7.9%, which is down from the 8.4% that it was the month before. Foreign and emerging markets both had positive weeks as well, with the foreign markets being up about 1.3%, now down about 8% for the year. Whereas emerging markets were up over 2% and had a stronger week, also having a stronger year, as they're only down about 2% year to date.
As I said earlier, President Trump announced on Friday that him and the First Lady were diagnosed with COVID-19. As a precautionary measure, President Trump was taken to Walter Reed Hospital. While he was there, he received a couple different therapeutic treatments. Now, over the weekend, some media outlets were reporting that President Trump was having diminishing health and diminishing vitals. In a response, President Trump on Sunday took to his motorcade and circled around Walter Reed Hospital waving to his supporters. And on Monday, President's chief of staff said that he was hopeful that President Trump would be back in the White House on Monday working his normal schedule. Also on Monday, Governor Cuomo and Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York City announced that they're going to be closing hotspot zip codes within the city limits. 9 zip codes are going to be shutting down, essentially closing schools, businesses, religious gatherings, and public spaces, taking us right back to the beginnings of the coronavirus. There are currently another 11 zip codes on their watch list. This is all occurring as Florida is essentially opening up the state completely, lifting all restrictions, including mask orders. It's going to be really interesting to see what major cities do around the country. Do they go the New York City route, or do they follow Florida's lead, with our election only a month away? Thanks for watching, and this week we're going to be watching out for the Fed minutes on Wednesday and also checking in on President Trump's recovery. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching on Facebook, give us a follow.